amongst two different pay-per-views, themed Raws left and right, and a ton of other things. I think it's time to bring this back. Therefore, welcome to John's Wrestling Views. I am your host, John. Thanks for tuning in. First and foremost, I'd like to dedicate this episode of John's Wrestling Views today to my cousin, Dan Heyer, for kind of inspiring me to put up another video as soon as I am. I've been busy the last couple weeks. I'm sorry for the delay. And then, along with that, even volunteering his house to film today's episode. So, Dan, thanks a lot. Hope I don't disappoint. The main thing I'm focusing on today is Raw from last Monday. You know, it was the Power to the People night. And, you know, you always tend to wonder, well, does the people really have a say? Usually with these concept nights in the past, the results are generally what, you know, I'd assume what the WWE writers would expect that the people would choose. But that wasn't necessarily the case this last Monday. Starts off, you voted for who gets to face Brie Bella for the Divas Championship. Your choices were Eve, Kelly, and Beth Phoenix. And then, of course, the obvious answer was chosen. Kelly went to face Brie Bella, even winning a championship, her first championship in her career. So, way to go, Kelly, I guess. But then that's where things started to change. The next match, you chose Evan Bourne's opponent. Your choices were Jack Swagger, Mason Ryan, and Sin Cara. Let's see here. Out of those three, who would have the ability to put on a great match against Evan Bourne? Well, clearly it's Sin Cara. And that would be the obvious answer to vote. And the show goes back on the air, and Mason Ryan gets the most amount of votes. Now, in the WWE's defense, they have been posting on their Facebook page, at least the WWE Universe Facebook page, that there was a sham in the votes. They're sorry. And to make up for things, because the sham kind of screwed over Sin Cara, who actually won the election. To make up for things, it will be this Monday, Sin Cara taking on Evan Bourne one-on-one for a Raw Roulette night. So, should be an interesting match. The only question I have about the match is, will there be a spin of the wheel for it? Or is it just a match to make up for this last Monday and they just have a match? Either way, it's going to be a great match, I'd say. But, so that was that. And then you chose Dolph Ziggler was going to defend the U.S. title against Kofi Kingston. You chose the stipulation, be like a submission match, or a Vicky Guerrero barred from ringside match, or a 2 out of 3 falls match. Well, I think generally I would have chose 2 out of 3 falls. However, there's that Vicky Guerrero banned from ringside choice, and that seemed to be the obvious answer, as Vicky Guerrero plays a huge role in some of Dolph Ziggler's victories. But the 2 out of 3 falls match won. So Vicky Guerrero obviously was able to stay at ringside. Kofi Kingston actually winning by disqualification on the 3rd fall, but since it was that way, the title did not change hands. Disappointing outcome. I think, you know, if they're going to have a disqualification in a 2 out of 3 falls match, it should be a disqualification to determine one of the competitors' first fall. But it is what it is, I guess. The only other disappointing result was, and I don't even see why they really had it in there, Vicky Guerrero was in a dance-off. Her opponent is who the WWE Universe got to choose. The choices were Jerry the King Lawler, Michael Cole, or Booker T. I was talking to Trent Guerin at this time, and we were agreeing that it was obvious that it should be Booker T. And I said, well, you know, WWE, the polls have been screwy tonight. Knowing what we've seen so far, is probably going to be Michael Cole. And Trent goes, please. If it's Michael Cole, the fans are going to start throwing things into the ring. Trent, I hate to say it, but I think I was right there. Michael Cole winning by a landslide. Booker T only 11% of the votes. It was disappointment. What we were expecting is it was going to be Booker T, and obviously he'd do a spin-a-rooney. But nope, Michael Cole, and it was a lame dance-off, but Michael Cole, as Matt Stryker put it, had the loudest boos, so he won. Just another thing I'm sure to add to the Michael Cole ego Really, though, there was really no point of including that in the show, at least that I could see. A couple good things for the show, though. The main one actually being CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, and Alberto Del Rio, and you chose the stipulation of the match. The winner of it was going to face John Cena at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view on July 17th. CM Punk getting the victor after a Falls Count Anywhere match was the most logical choice, and luckily WWE thought so too. CM Punk getting the win, but then claiming his contract expires July 18th, and he is not renewing it. He is going to beat John Cena at Money in the Bank and leave the company with the WWE Championship. Two things here. First of all, that kind of guarantees the outcome right there. John Cena is going to win, which is kind of a disappointment. I tend to hate it when wrestling does that, but at the same time, they want to look to raise the stakes a little bit. And then the other thing being, CM Punk is going on a leave of absence. He won't be gone too terribly long, but expect to see him back. That's the word on the street nowadays, anyway. Other than that, pretty decent show. It was a 3-hour special. Those are always usually fun. The main event being John Cena, Alex Riley, and Randy Orton taking on Christian, R-Truth, and The Miz in an elimination match. All the decisions were kind of pushed in the last 2 minutes of the match, was what I thought was the only disappointment. In the end, seeing John Cena as the victorious one, with Randy Orton not too far away. Decent show this Monday, Raw Roulette night, as I said before, from Las Vegas, Nevada. Should be an interesting show, should be a fun show, but not only that, the one-night return of Shawn Michaels. What role is he going to have? The last time we really saw him in the WWE ring, it was with this whole Undertaker and Triple H rivalry. Well, what can you do now? Now the Undertaker is pretty much retired until next year's WrestleMania, where he'll have his retirement match. Triple H is back to being behind the scenes. Or could we see the return of Triple H? So many questions to be answered this Monday. Expect a great show. And that's all I have for you right now. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm John. Have a good one.